Yeah, I would say that these this Coral Jardin, Coral Gardens was the highlight of the trip. It's just most unusual, something I've personally not seen before. So it's a completely different world. It's fascinating. It's like you're just floating in this water that's maybe 5, 6 feet deep. Perfect temperature, not too warm, not too cool. It's like just ideal. Um, and the area is completely filled with all of these little life forms, these corals, soft corals, hard corals. What you're going to notice is that you're not going to see a whole lot of fish. And I was slightly surprised. I guess I would have expected to see more fish, and that maybe that's good and bad. One good thing is that there's also not predator type of fish like barracuda or shark, so one can float around in this environment relative safety. That may explain why perhaps there's not those predators, because there's not enough fish here for them to go after, which they may choose to go after you. So anyway, um, in general, so when you're in Bocas Town, there's a fair bit of pressure to take these tours. Everybody's selling these tours. There's all these little boats that's what they use, and that's how the local economy is run by these tourists and the people running these tour boats to these little islands and these coral gardens and some beaches and etc. Some advice about that is my recommendation is if you start talking with them, they're just going to hound you. It's best to not even engage, and you can just say that you have a tour through your hotel, which I would recommend. That's probably the best way because typically the hotel or the resort that you're staying at, they're going to know who the local people are, and they're going to know who runs the most or the best tours and who have the best service, if you will. Generally, these tours can be 4 to 5 hours, and it's really an all-day event. You bring snacks and water and food, and the decorum is that you bring food for the captain. Um, yeah, so about that. So again, with the tours, they run group tours and they run private tours. And we found because this is the off season, we had farmer negotiation, and maybe instead of $30 per person, instead of $20 or $25 per person, we paid a little bit extra, $30 per person, and we got a private tour, which I would highly recommend. With a private tour, you control where and how long you're going to stay. So if you're at these coral gardens and you want to stay twice as long as the normal trip would be, then that's what you get to choose. And now they're going to, part of the tour is you go to these corals, they take you to some islands, take you to some beaches. And what I would say is they have the misconception that they think that gringos all want to go at the beach where there's nothing but gringos or a whole bunch of other people. And so the mistake we made is we sort of let them take us to that beach, and it was like all full of people. And I would have far preferred to have taken us to a part of the island where it was far more remote and much more private, and you're not inundated with a bunch of folks. So I think that just must be a local custom that if they see a bunch of gringos, that must be what they want to do. But no, we generally speaking would prefer to be in paradise, and paradise doesn't include hundreds of other tourists. So, but anyway, that's part of the beauty of getting your own tour, have a private tour. It's worth the extra money.